I'm Rupal Gupta, Managing Director of the company. I'm also member of CSR committee. I'm attending this meeting from our corporate office, Noida. Along with me, all other members of the governing board have joined this meeting, video conferencing. For the benefit of all, let me request each of my colleagues on the board to introduce themselves one by one. Let me start with Mr. Anuj Sharkar, full-time director.
Hi, I Arigo Sir, the full-time director of the company. I am also the member of audit committee. I'm attending this meeting from our corporate office at Noida. We welcome you all for the 12th AGM of your company, Oriana Power Limited. We open this meeting with a simple mantra: growth, growth, and growth, because growth is our strategy, our story, and our promise. Orion is now a full-stack clean energy platform built for rapid, disciplined scale. What began as an execution-led EPC business has become an integrated engine across generation, storage, and consumption. When I talk about generation, it's solar. When I talk about storage, it's battery energy storage system. When I talk about consumption, it's green hydrogen, it's green methanol, it's green ammonia, data centers, and AI. Stitching electrons and molecules with bankable capital so large corporates can decarbonize faster, de-risk operations, and align with India's net zero ambitions. The promise is bold yet practical. One partner, 16 solutions, end-to-end accountability. We are ready for scale with a strong foundation and a strong team. Orders aggregating with 60,000 tons per annum of green ammonia, 1 gigawatt hour of battery energy storage system with 1 gigawatt of solar, and a clean program to convert intent into profit and loss impact. Solar is no longer just a symbol of sustainability. It is already cheaper than coal. Energy storage has moved from being an expensive add-on to outcompeting conventional power. Yes, solar power अब सस्ती है coal से. These cheaper electrons are opening the path to cheaper green molecules, where hydrogen will soon power ships, fuel planes, and redefine the fuels we use today. This is no longer only a green story. It is a transformation of business economics. What once appeared in ESG reports is now showing up in the PL and P&L of every energy-intensive enterprise. The cost curve is flipping the older energy order on its head. Decarbonization has become a competitive advantage, turning yesterday's coal advantage into tomorrow's stranded asset, and unlocking a future where doing what is right for the planet is also what best for profit. Our strategy is simple to state and hard to replicate. Horizontal integration across solar, battery energy storage system, compressed biogas, green hydrogen, green ammonia, e-methanol. So we can control the full stack from resource to offtake and asset recycling, yes, to large institutional owners, InvITs, yield board, pension funds, etc. Once assets are proven and stabilized. By transferring long-dated contracted SPVs to these institutions, we release equity and build more and more without proportional leverage, turning capital every 18 to 24 months, while retaining O&M and performance linked upside. This is not a pivot. It is the natural extension of our execution depth, policy fluency, and balance sheet discipline. We design, build, finance, own, operate, and continuously optimize. With rich resources, technologies, permit evacuations, digital EMS, and offtakes. And we unlock adoption with commercial models, IPP, deferred capex, capacity services that match decarbonization with cash flow certainty, reliable in the field, and compliant on paper and competitive on cost. We test faster, we learn faster, then systemize what works. Most importantly, we build for outcomes, lower emissions, lower volatility, and higher resilience. From rooftops to hybrid utility scale, from megawatt hour scale batteries to gigawatt hour to green hydrogen and e-fuels, from plant rooms to boardrooms. Oriana is your long-term partner to make a net zero simple, reliable, and bankable. The road ahead is clear. Sharpen execution is the core. Scale storage is the backbone of reliability. Advanced clean molecule solutions where they matter most, and keep recycling capital to accelerate the next build cycle, converting ambition into measurable results for clients and durable value for our stakeholders. Thank you. Over to Rupal.
Thank you, Anuj, for giving good insight of Oriana and also our plans towards this new journey of Oriana. Now I request Mr. Parveen Kumar, full-time director. Thank you.
Hi, Praveen Kumar. full-time director of the company. I'm also the member of CSR committee and SRC committee. I attend this meeting from our corporate office in Noida. Good afternoon to all of our respected shareholders, colleagues and partners. It's an honor to stand before you today and share the operational and technological progress of Oriana Power has made over the past year. As a company at the forefront of the Indian clean energy transition, we believe that operational excellence and technological leadership go hand in hand in shaping our journey. One of our core learning has been the importance to the building the right team. Technology alone cannot deliver impact. It's the people behind it who make the real difference. Over the past year, we have invested significantly in strengthening our capabilities in battery energy storage as well as in green hydrogen and its derivatives. Dedicated team across our execution, engineering, and supply chain management has been created to bring sharper focus, faster turnaround, and higher quality to our projects. These teams are not just addition to our workforce, but are the future-ready unit designed to take Oriana into the next phase of the growth. At Oriana, innovation has always been our cornerstone of how we operate, whether it's a solar, storage, hydrogen. Our philosophy is simple: stay ahead of the curve and bring the best technical know-how into our ecosystem. In the past year, we have established multiple technological partnerships and tie-up with some of the most respected names in the industry. These collaborations strengthen our expertise in emerging domains like battery energy storage, green hydrogen, and allow us to offer integrated, future-oriented solutions to our client and stakeholders. There are certain challenges, but we have the mitigation for that. Like any pioneering business, our journey has also came with a share of challenges. Let's make it a moment to address some of them and how we are overcoming them. Land acquisition has traditionally been a bottleneck in the renewable energy project. We recognize this early and have partnered with the credible local players who bring expertise in land aggregation, making this process smoother and more predictable. Connectivity with the DISCOM is another recurring challenge. By embedding proactive project plan and early prediction of the timeline into our execution model, we have been able to mitigate delay and better align with stakeholders. Policy uncertainty remain a reality in our industry. With varying regulation and implementation phases across the state, our strategies here apply agility by accelerating project execution and delivering at pace. We reduce exposure to shifting policies and maintain our competitive edge. As we look ahead, Oriana is not just expanding capacity, we are building a resilient, innovative, and future-ready organization. Our commitment to people, technology, and execution discipline ensure that we are not only navigating today's challenge, but also preparing a lead to the opportunity of future. Together with our partner, investors, and team members, we remain focused on creating sustainable value and driving India's energy transition forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Praveen. It was great insight to all the stakeholders about the challenges as well as mitigation. So that means we are very much aligned, very much focused. Definitely, as we are in the growing industry, there are certain challenges. But being Oriana, we are very much aligned with our mitigation plans. So, and that you can see in the last 1.5 years, we have aggregated almost 3,000 acres of land, even though we very recently entered into open access market, but we were entering into market, so we had a very much plan well forward for our business and requirements. Now I request Mr. Shivam Agrawal, Chief Financial Officer, to introduce himself and give the notes to the board.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Shivam Agrawal, CFO of the company. I am attending this meeting from our corporate office at Noida.
Yeah, thank you, Shivam. Now I request Tanvi if you can just introduce Archana ma'am. She has just joined.
I request Archana ma'am to introduce to the board.
Good afternoon to all. Myself, Archana Jain, Non-Executive Independent Director of the company. I chair the Audit Committee, NRC Committee, CSR Committee, and Stakeholder Relationship Committee. And I also propose the name of Mr. Rupal Gupta, Managing Director, to act as the chairman of the meeting.
Thank you, ma'am. So shall I continue?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you, Tanvi. So, everyone, we also have got many other colleagues from the finance team, statutory auditor, secretarial auditor, legal and corporate department, and the other department of the company who has joined this AGM through video conference. Now, I think it's my turn to give little brief about Oriana and the notes. So thank you, everyone. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, and namaste to all of you. On behalf of Oriana Power Limited, Oriana family, I welcome you all for 12th AGM meeting of Oriana, your company. So as you know, in my previous two meetings, I have been giving little short story about how we have been growing, how we have been doing, and how we started. So in my one of the meeting, I mentioned about journey of Oriana, where Mr. Praveen Jangra introduced the concept of renewable energy in our thought process. And in one of the meeting, we mentioned we have grown from 6x6 office to last year. I think the number was somewhat 20,000 square feet office space. So this year also I have got something to add upon on this journey. So just to tell you, when we started, it was 6x6 feet office, and then last year I voted we moved to the 20,000 square feet office. Just to help you to understand, this year we have added one more place, which is approximately 35,000 square feet. So from here on, probably we would be having 50,000 square feet of space for our team for our growth journey. So obviously, there is a genuine reason. We started from 3 people sitting here, and then last year we were 160, 150 plus people. And this time, I think we are touching more than 300 people working for Oriana, steadily round the clock, as well as for our investors and shareholders. Just to mention, we were doing a lot of rooftop, floating solar, behind the meter, cardboard projects. What we were little, discomfort or not aligned with the business program of open access business, which is the larger part, big business, easily multiplied our business plans in terms of revenue and the profitability. So just it's been 1.5 years probably, I would say, where we started open access journey. And in 1.5 years only, we have crossed 500 megawatt of open access project under RPT. So as on date, we are one of the largest pioneer in the market doing the C&I open access project in the country. Also, when we were young, we started our business 3-4 years before. We were hunting for JV partners, to participate in the lot of tenders. And now the situation is like there are a lot of new companies, big companies, they are looking to get JV partnership done with Oriana Power to get participated in new projects of renewable and RE side of it. So that is, I would say it's a pride moment for Oriana Power, Oriana family, Oriana shareholders and team, that now we are in the market where we have the credibility, we have the credentials, we have delivered something to the market and customers. So on the same note, there is one single liner I would like to add. There are multiple PSUs where they did a lot of projects awarded to different solar companies, RE companies. But during the journey, their project got stuck or got failed or couldn't deliver on time. So we have delivered one project for one of the big PSU, one of the very big PSU. And that was the very first project Oriana delivered for them, even though there were multiple projects which were awarded by that PSU to other companies. And same thing has happened just, I would say 2-3 weeks before, where one company was doing the project, EPC projects for their one of the project in Kerala. So that company has got, bit delayed or didn't deliver the project up to their expectation. So that PSU has asked to, get Oriana Power onboarded to take this project forward from there on. So that kind of credibility we have developed in the market, that are those premium clients, prestigious clients are asking us to be part of their journey, their deliveries. And that is the big remarks to Oriana Power team. And I mean, we three are just one small part of the journey, but I think the whole team of 300 people of Oriana is making all these efforts to make it to this level. Now, I'll come to the main journey of Oriana. I mean, for last year, what we have done. So once again, distinguished shareholders, board members, team Oriana, partners, I give a warm welcome to annual general meeting of Oriana Power. Thank you for your trust, commitment that fuels our journey of growth and transformation. Today, I'm delighted to update you an exceptional year for our company and to share our vision for the future. Key achievement of financial year 2025. FY 25 truly been a defining year for Oriana Power. Over the past year, Oriana Power has continued evolve from solar-focused enterprise to building an integrated, scalable energy platform that support India's transition to cleaner and more reliable power. We proudly crossed 1,000 crore revenue milestone on standalone basis, a historical moment affirming our growth trajectory. On consolidated basis, Oriana Power delivered a revenue of 987 crore with an EBITDA of 245 crore and PAT of approximately 160 crore. Reflecting our strong operational performance, disciplined financial management. Importantly, our earning per share improved from 21.84 to 24.86, delivering consistent value to our shareholders, valuable shareholders. We have also worked hard to strengthen our balance sheets. Our debt to equity ratio has become down sharply to 0.53 from 1.26 last year, reflecting our commitment to strong delivery and financial discipline. Our order book, which is touching somewhere close to 5,000 crore. If you all can remember from the last fiscal report, we announced some or 28,900 crore. So that 5,000 crore approximately covers the project in hand and a strong closer where we are L1 or we are yet to receive the LOA. But yeah, somewhere order plus pipeline is touching close to 5,000 crore of orders in hand. And that too from most credible AA, AAA rated clients and in the industry. Operationally, we have over 550 megawatt of solar projects under execution and have already secured 800 megawatt of approximate capacity of battery energy storage system. And most importantly, as last year, we made the commitment that we are not just talking the new business, new verticals. We have delivered, we have got the orders of 800 megawatt of BESS and 60,000 metric ton per annum of green ammonia. So it's no more just talk, it's something which is happening on the ground. Underscoring our readiness for the energy transition ahead. Our MOUs with the Invest Alberta marks our formal entry into global clean energy collaboration. And we are proud to be contributing to the international dialogue on our climate action. One more thing I would like to add on this note, last year we announced few MOUs with the state government as well. So these were not just MOUs, we are already on grounded. We have started a lot of work, especially in Rajasthan, and also started some work in Madhya Pradesh. Our focus this year has not only been our business, but we also invested in our team of passionate professionals who have been key contributors to our growth, doubling up the strength over the year. As a testament to our people first culture, we have been recognized as a great place to work. Our leadership team continues to drive innovation with bold vision and deep sense of responsibility. Way forward, as a Oriana, what we all three and all the board members, people sitting in this room, what we carry for this year and upcoming years. As we look ahead, Oriana Power enters its most exciting phase till this year. The next decade will be defined by how rapidly we can accelerate the clean energy transition. And that means the order book, the pipeline, what I have just mentioned, it is not just saying that we are going for this year or FY 26. Just to add you, just to inform you, we have secured our business even for FY 27. So that says how committed we are to all the stakeholders and shareholders. India has ground-mounted solar potential of 3,300 gigawatt. This is a very recent research report published by Government of India. As of now, we all have been hearing that India has got a potential of 500 gigawatt of RE. Can you imagine now this number is coming from the Government of India records, some 3,000 gigawatt plus of solar potential available in this country. That means 6 times what is being announced till last year or till last month, I would say. And as on date, just to help you to understand, we have achieved approximately less than 200 gigawatt only. So huge potential, more than I guess 13, 14 times, which is to be delivered. And that this 200 gigawatt or less than 200 gigawatt also took almost 15 years to reach this milestone. So that means to achieve this number or around this number, it is going to be very faster growth for this country and for this field. Highlighting the enormous opportunity for the companies like us to scale solutions across generation, storage, consumption. That is what Anirudh also mentioned. We are not just a solar company. We are not just a EPC company. Now we are entering into generation, storage, and consumption. Furthermore, Niti Aayog projects that India's electricity demand will triple by 2047. That means whatever requirement of power is there, that is going to be triple by 2047, emphasizing the urgent need for integrated, reliable, and sustainable energy solutions, a need that Oriana is uniquely positioned to meet. Going forward, our strategy is very clear. Scale solar, scale storage, targeting gigawatt level capacity in upcoming years. Commercialize new technologies such as green hydrogen, e-fuels, and other green molecules to open long-term revenue streams. Expand internationally, building partnership and offtake agreement that take Oriana's solutions to the global market. Continue our asset recycling strategy to maintain capital efficiency while retaining the operational upside of the projects we create. That means we are also very much aligned how to achieve this momentum, how to maintain this momentum, how to build this capacity. So that means there would be a need of capital recycling. So that is also something which is very much there in our kitty. We will pursue these ambitions with the same discipline that has guided us so far. Strong governance, digital systems, and the relentless focus on the shareholder value. Our goal is not just to grow, but to grow profitably, sustainably, and ahead of the curve, helping industries and communities to reach their net zero targets faster. As a closing remarks, maybe this is something which I'm going to say now or maybe later. Yeah. So I'm sorry, I'll give my closing remarks maybe at the later once Tanvi plays her comments. So Tanvi, over to you.
Thank you, sir. Before we start the main proceedings of the meeting, members may note that this AGM is being held through video conference in accordance with the Companies Act 2013. Read with the applicable circular issued by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs and SEBI. As the AGM is being held electronically, the physical attendance of members has been dispensed with. Your company had provided the facility of remote e-voting from Thursday, 25th September 2025 at 9 a.m. and up to Saturday, 27th September 2025 till 5 p.m. to enable the shareholders to cast their votes on each of the resolutions set out in the notice of the meeting. Those members who have not cast their vote during the prescribed period are hereby requested to avail the facility of e-voting, which shall remain open for an additional 30 minutes immediately after the vote of thanks by the chairman. The notice convening this meeting, along with the annual report of the company for the financial year 24-25, has already been sent electronically to those shareholders whose email addresses were registered with the company. The notice and the annual report are taken as read. Applicable statutory registers and documents referred in the notice of this 12th annual general meeting are available for inspection electronically during the meeting. The auditor report on the financial statement and secretarial report for the financial year ended 31st March 2025 does not contain any qualification, observations, adverse remark, or disclaimer. Accordingly, the said reports taken to be read at this meeting. Notice of the AGM set out the following business item. Ordinary business. Item number 1. To receive, consider, and adopt the audited standalone financial statement of the company for the financial year ended March 31st, 2025, together with the report of the Board of Directors and auditor thereof. Item number 2. To receive, consider, and adopt the audited consolidated financial statement of the company for the financial year ended March 31st, 2025, together with the report of auditors thereof. Since Mr. Rupal Gupta is interested in item number 3, so he is requested to vacate the chair and Mr. Anirudh Saraswat is requested to occupy the chair. Give me, please. I read out the item number 3. To approve reappointment of Mr. Rupal Gupta having bin number 08003344, who retires by rotation and being eligible offers himself for reappointment. Since Mr. Rupal Gupta is not interested in item number 4, so he is requested to resume the chair. And Mr. Anirudh Saraswat is requested to vacate the chair. Special business, I am reading out item number 4. Ratification of cost auditors remuneration for financial year 2025-26. The e-voting window has already been activated for allowing the shareholders to vote during the AGM. Shareholders are requested to vote by clicking on the e-voting icon visible to your screen. I now request the moderator to take up the questions that we have received through email or chat box from the members of the company. Please note that to avoid repetition, identical questions are grouped. With that, I now hand over the proceeding again to the chairman of the meeting. Mr. Rupal Gupta, over to you, sir.
Thank you, Tanvi. For a wonderful discussion, wonderful updates from Oriana you have given. I request Mr. Amit Kumar to investor will be helping us to be act as a moderator also for the Q&A session. And Mr. Amit, if you can, take up all the questions, we have received from the shareholders. So one by one, we would like to answer and advise.
I think we already have few questions there, which we have received. So I think let us take those on priority. And then the participants and the audience questions, I will moderate separately.
So one question I'll just read out for everyone. Does the company have any future plans to enter into data center business, considering its strong linkage with the power sector and the big thing?
So yes, now consumption is a part of Oriana's story now. Definitely we're gonna do the EPCs for data centers soon.
Perfect. That means we have the business alignment toward this new sector, upcoming sector as well. There's a second question. I'll request Mr. Parveen to take up this. Is the company evaluating opportunities in the battery energy storage system or battery manufacturing?
So battery technology is evolving on day by day. And we being a project company, we find it very lucrative to get in latest product for our projects. And that's the technological risk we will be having if we move to the manufacturing side. So we will not be the part of manufacturing, we will be part of projects only. And whatever the benefit of the technology advancement will be there, like any change on the battery storage technology, any adoption of new technology will be beneficial for us. So we will not be binding ourselves with restriction on the manufacturing capacity.
Yeah, so I think Mr. Parveen is trying to say, as a company, our primary first focus is toward the project side of battery energy storage system business. Maybe with the time, with the market demand, with the policy framework and things we might think of, but as of now, yes, our focus remains with the EPC and the projects of the BESS. Third question is, what is the company's revenue growth target for business till 2030? So it's a tough question, but it's an interesting question to answer. I think that is very important for all of us to, see Oriana's plan. So I would like to answer.
So in solar EPC, we have already given our vision for 6 gigawatt in by FY 30, and yes, 2.5 gigawatt in IPP. We have revised our target in battery energy storage system. The target was 3.5 gigawatt hour. So this target has been revised to almost 20 gigawatt hour. It means like with the current scenario in battery energy storage system, and it is picking up gracefully for us. So we're trying to do almost 2.5 gigawatt hour every year. And yes, green hydrogen, definitely with this project of green ammonia of 60,000 tons per annum, we are scaling this capacity. And our target is 1 million metric ton in e-fuel production with green hydrogen.
Perfect. So I think it's fair to answer or address this question by quoting the capacities of the business. We can focus. I think the financial number is not very fair to quote here because it will keep changing time to time based on the market economics and the product economics. I would like to take next question. Are there any overseas expansion plans for the solar business, particularly in the regions such as Africa, Europe, Saudi, or any other? Sorry.
We have participated in some of the projects out of India also, but those are yet to mature. But yes, we are looking certain opportunity, but as the things will come, we will participate.
We have already announced one investment, one MOU with Invest Alberta in Canada. So definitely we are going to do better there.
Okay. So maybe now I'll request Mr. Ahmed if you can take a lot more questions. Okay, this is from the chat box. Okay, few more questions. Okay. I've got little more assignment. There's a question. So ma'am, I have a question regarding the recent green hydrogen supply win. Can you please come out with the press release of some sort of highlighting the investment and whether it is feasible to supply green ammonia at the given rate? This question is from Mr. Shashank.
So definitely we'll come up with that release as soon as the land and other things will finalize in MP or UP. And definitely what was the next part?
So, I mean, is it commercially feasible?
Definitely it's feasible. 52.25 rate is very feasible because it's not quoted by all the Oriana Power. Other companies also have that bucket. And yes, we are having around subsidies or you can say production linked thing of 127 crores in this particular project. So 127 crores is substantial amount.
So one way I would like to also address this question. Prices, what we have quoted is very fair, very feasible and commercially viable for Oriana mentions. The reason behind it is not just hydrogen as a business where we have entered into. Because the value chain, the back chain of the hydrogen business is the renewable power. That is our strength. So that gives a lot of leverage to this particular new business segment to get advantage in the price visibility and the financial viability to achieve these rates. And also on the green hydrogen side, in the last conference, last meeting also we mentioned our green hydrogen value chain prices comparatively lower than the market general prices because we have some standard ready-made, what do you call that?
Modular,
which gives a lot of value to my overall, project delivery of green hydrogen. Next question. I'm retail investor seeking clarity on the company developments. I have attempted to reach your official contact numbers with the company first visit, multiple announcement, including BES, JV with Canadian firms, strong order book, investors are looking for stagnation in the stock performance. Okay. Why share is stagnant? So that is the larger concern. Kindly respond and confirm if the JV with the Canadian company and the buyer company's execution timeline have been defined. Second, whether the institutional KIP mainboard migration is under planning. When can better investor engagement be ensured? Green hydro plant opening in June at Madhya Pradesh according to the last quarter investor engagement, but no update till now. So I'll ask Anirudh if you can take a first step, which is the JV with the other stakeholder. Where we are.
It's a.
I mean, why share is stagnant?
Share is stagnant. We don't know why. With the MOU with Invest Alberta, yes, it's a long-term strategy for Oriana Power. So we are now shifting from SME to MNC. And yes, it's a part of long-term story of Oriana Power. And up to It will start from 2027 and onwards. It will be a great thing from Oriana for Oriana Power. Reason being, there are certain things people are talking about green technologies. They are talking about low carbon technologies. There are huge data centers are coming up in Alberta because of that their weather. So definitely there will be a huge power requirement, and early you can do it from solar and battery energy storage system.
When you can take this, when can better investor engagement be ensured?
So as we committed last time also that we are trying to bring some transparency to the investors. So from the further
Next year,
next year onward, from the June first quarter of next year, we will be publishing the quarterly result. That will give a more transparency to the investor.
and also, I think we have a plan to get migrated on the main board, I think being.
Yes, we are about to complete, this we have already completed 2 years. We have to plan for the migration also after just
Yes.
waiting for the 3 year complete. And then we will be in position to migrate.
That is 3 years timeline is as per the regulations. One more question is. Main board, I think that is already covered. Green hydrogen plant opening in June at Madhya Pradesh. What is the update?
So, interesting question. Yes, definitely the plan for electrolyzer factory is postponed by another 6 months. Reason being, the prices of electrolyzer is reduced by almost 1/4 in China. So, being a company, being a profitable company and having a profitable company like Oriana Power, yes, profitability is the key to success, what we believe. So, definitely we are seeing the global market, geopolitics is pretty different in the West as of now. And, yes, there is huge capacity of electrolyzer lying up in China, and the CUF is somewhere around 4 to 5%. So it's a time to leverage lower cost of electrolyzer rather than putting our effort in that factory. And definitely we are coming up with this factory because we are creating our own modular system in that factory. So that plan is now postponed by 6 months only. Very soon with these things going around.
Policy framework maybe
Policy-
might come up,
Yeah.
like in solar panels.
Yeah.
Solar cells, there have been certain guidelines from the government of India that may. So like the governments and the bodies where these electrolyzer or green hydrogen product also can be published as a made in India or some policies around that should be framed. So we are waiting to, see those kind of things from the government, and once that is available, probably we might take it forward. So I think these were the questions mine, Amitji, and if you have.
Sure,
more
I will
questions,
take up few questions from the participants now. The first question is, I think we've already talked about that order book, but the participant is asking you to provide greater clarity on the current order book, particularly the split between the solar storage and green hydrogen projects.
So currently it's 4,500 crores, including those L1 projects from solar and 1,000 crores from battery energy storage system. Additionally, there are green ammonia projects. Currently, the capacity is 180 tons per day, that is 60,000 tons per annum. So it's like 312 crores per annum for the period of next 10 years. Definitely, we are going to exceed this capacity up to 600 tons per day. So definitely that revenue will exceed, but that will gonna happen in 28.
Next question, Oriana has signed an MOU with Invest Alberta in clean energy projects. How should investors view this step in context of Oriana's overall growth strategy? Is it primarily the diversification or global positioning or scale building?
So we are moving from SME to MNC now. Definitely, we have already answered this question in speech. But yes, it's a diversification for better positioning in Western market for Oriana Power Limited. Yes, it's an international positioning and scale building because the financial market is more mature in Canada, definitely we're going to leverage that financial market over there. What would you like to add?
So I think that is the main objective that as we have grown in last 3 4 years and we have a plans to become an MNC also. And more than MNC, I think it's fair that we cater the new countries, new places, the new product line where things are very much aligned to our business plans and being Oriana as an EPC in the country. And that is the limitation in the countries like Canada, where they are very having limited access of good EPCs, good company. That is the reason it's very fair call as a company to be there in Canada for this hydrogen.
Okay, next question, because you just talked about something in the data centers. So the question is around that how much data center capacity in terms of EPC we can expect in next 12 months and any target for 27. So yeah, expectations are very fast.
Definitely, we are into consumption market as of now, but yes, it will keep coming. So, I mean, one thing is pretty clear, as Rupal announced, we are at 1,000 crore of revenue, right? And we are going to do 2x this particular year and another 2x in by FY 27 as he is having good order book. So revenue from BESS and solar is pretty clear up to FY 27. For further growth, we have already added big things like hydrogen, green ammonia, methanol, right? And yes, with these 2 3 things, you will see it will keep on adding certain revenues horizontally. Definitely, data center is something which we will leverage, not just now, but yes, in future.
Right, next question is on green hydrogen that we are seeing the tenders of green hydrogen heading lower and reaching a tipping point of becoming viable. What is the progress in this regard in terms of with the split water JV, what we talked about in earlier interactions?
Yes, so split product is helping us technically in our projects, whatever it's green ammonia, methanol. And yes, the prices are definitely is closing towards spray thing now. So that I've already said in future that green hydrogen will become cheaper than any other fossil fuel source. So definitely it will become fuel of the future with solar in hand, with battery energy storage system, RTC is becoming viable, cheaper than what grid is having. So definitely the price of hydrogen and other things will go down and soon we will see greener India, profitable India, because now energy will be our own, we will become energy independent in next decade.
Right, next question is on the margins that EBITDA and PAT both grew strongly in FY 25, so that's kind of complement. As the business mix evolves towards storage and green fuel, how should we think about margins trends going further in next 2 3 years? Are we going to improve or we are going to maintain?
So definitely we are going to maintain our profits. That's why we are growing horizontally in different segments. Currently we are doing like 1 gigawatt cumulatively in solar. We are not going to go with 5 gigawatt or 10 gigawatt of stuff because definitely scale comes with lower profitability and utility scale. Definitely we are creating this horizontal expansion with battery energy storage system, keeping in prices, keeping in profitability. And same with hydrogen. We are not going to scale like 10x in particular product, but in horizontal segment. That's why we are bringing more consumption elements in our story.
Just to add a bit of this, so this new horizontal diversification is also with the new technology. The new technology always brings lots of profit margins. So we are comparatively, we can foresee that the margins with the battery and the storage and hydrogen will be better than the solar. So this ultimately, at the bucket, it will.
So that's why you are saying that the margins may.
Intent is there.
Subject to market conditions, other things.
Okay, so next, having delivered 200 megawatt of solar in FY 25 and also secured 245 megawatt hour of best orders, what scale of execution should investors expect in FY 26, where we are already halfway through? And where do we see the biggest execution risk? Is it in the land, grid, connectivity, equipment, execution? Where?
I think we have already discussed about the challenges and we have the mitigation also for that. We already secured the land and connectivity. For the financial year commitment, we have already I think made the commitment in last meeting.
It's like definitely we're trying for 2x subject to market conditions.
Major contribution we
So in the order book, what we just talked about, the next question is the 4,500 crore current order book is executable in how much time?
So probably if you could hear out, if you could hear out, I already mentioned that FY 27 is something which is already secure. So that itself answers the question. So where we are heading.
Perfect. So I think there are 2-3 questions interrelated to that. So the common response what you are sharing is that FY 26 and FY 27 is secured with the current order books in.
And the plans we have.
And the team is now working for 28, 29 again. Next is with significant opportunities already in India, how will the company balance capital allocation and management focused between the domestic and overseas expansion?
So overseas expansion is part of long-term strategy. Obviously, 27 के बाद 28 के बाद भी next level पे जाना है and definitely we see the CAGR of 70-80% will try to manage there. So that's why we are not doing horizontal addition of different lines, but yes, different countries. So that the revenue visibility of next 2 years will be in front of investors 2 years ahead at least.
Perfect. So one question out of curiosity I want to ask, because I'm also one of the investor, I can ask questions. So I see a stark difference between the margins of Oriana with respect to the other PC players. What is the core reason? You want to share that?
ये तो बहुत बार answer किए सर हम लोग.
Once again, please.
So it's quite repetitive for us. I mean, it's all about how you pick the right business with the right kind of customer, with the right planning. So having the project in one of the busy market, engaged market, I think you won't get those kind of prices in the margins, but you need to identify your new clientele, the new geography, new modality of the business itself. So that gives a lot of leverage towards the margins.
Correct. Another.
I mean, I just want to add example. हमारी solar industry में Haryana was one of the states जहाँ पे solar नहीं होता था. For multiple reasons, one major reason was Haryana is very green state, very fertile state. तो land का थोड़ा सा challenge होता था. But still, as an industry, it's a big industrial state. पर उसके बाद भी solar का इतना development नहीं था. So the obvious reason was कि policy बहुत अच्छे नहीं थे. Government के policies and trances were there. But we identified that challenge and we knew that this is something which is going to be there in Haryana also. Like in any other state, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, or Maharashtra, or Gujarat. क्योंकि हरियाणा भी गवर्नमेंट सिमिलर है सेंटर ऑफ स्टेट की प्लस उनको भी उनके में जो इंडस्ट्री है मारुति है हीरो दे आर बिग इंडस्ट्री जिनको भी ग्रीन एनर्जी चाहिए सो दैट वाज द रिक्वायरमेंट एंड मैंडेट आल्सो फॉर द स्टेट सो वी हैड दिस आइडिया अवेलेबल we converted that idea into the ground reality by adding 300 megawatt of solar park capacity which we had announced earlier also तो वो 300 megawatt का capacity हरियाणा जैसे स्टेट में होना I don't know whether you would be able to understand it's a big capacity for the state like Haryana as I mentioned कि land available नहीं है that is the biggest challenge तो मेरे पास वो capacity available है जिनको net zero होना है जिनको solar चाहिए है so I get that value on the table and I get the margins available for the investors.
One more thing I would like to add. लैंड कनेक्टिविटी के बारे में रवि ने बताया रुपल ने बताया सिनेरियो इज लाइक सोलर में अगर आपको काम करना है प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी चाहिए तो यू हैव टू एक्ट स्मार्ट 2 साल पहले से आपको लैंड और कनेक्टिविटी देखनी पड़ती है नाउ वी आर हैविंग सब्सटेंशियल अमाउंट ऑफ कनेक्टिविटी एंड लैंड बैंक अवेलेबल वेयर एज इन कंपटीशन अगर वो लैंड बैंक अवेलेबल नहीं है तो 9 मंथ्स का डिले 12 महीने का डिले जो हम मेहनत करके आए हैं वो तो वैसे ही निकल गया और जो एंड यूजर है उसको 9 से 10 महीने में अगर पावर चाहिए सेविंग चाहिए तो 9 से 10 महीने की सेविंग ओरियाना पावर पहले दे सकती है that's where you can charge extra money.
So next is the interesting question, that our debt is growing, our receivables are growing. Obviously, we are paying more interest, but that has to be compared the context of the revenue growth as well. So you
Yeah,
want to throw some light on that?
I think
So that is backed by recurring revenues, and yes, definitely, पहले 60 days का cycle हुआ करता है छोटी कंपनी थी, now 90 days का 120 days का cycle है, आपके larger projects हैं with larger timelines हैं. But debt equity ratio कम हो गया, so definitely we are planning it well. Now we are A-rated as well, collateral is reduced from 30% to 20% as well. We are having good limits to work with. So Oriana is having sufficient funds to carry out their EPC thing. For IPP thing, yes, definitely, asset recycling is there. So I don't find any major risk in these things until unless हम leverage बहुत ज़्यादा हो जाए, the debt बहुत ज़्यादा ले लें, which will not gonna do that, और leverage को हम कम से कम रखें.
मैं इस क्वेश्चन को कई बार आंसर किया हूं अपने लैंडर्स को भी, अपने कस्टमर्स को भी, इन्वेस्टर्स को भी. ऐसा नॉर्मली हमारे इंडियन कॉन्टेक्स्ट में डेट को बड़ा ही नेगेटिव एंगल से देखा जाता है, या डेट ज्यादा है, डेट ज्यादा है. बट आप ये देखो, हम आज से 3 साल पहले 50 लोग थे, आज 300 लोग हैं. ये बिजनेस की लाइबिलिटी है, बिजनेस की रिक्वायरमेंट है, बट 300 होगा इसलिए ग्रो कर रहा है. डेट मेरा 50 करोड़ था, आज 500 करोड़ रुपए हो गया. दैट इज ऑल्सो बिजनेस रिक्वायरमेंट एंड इट विल कीप ग्रोइंग, इट विल कीप गोइंग अप. बट द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट फैक्टर इज this debt is not served just by paying money to the lenders in the form of pure debt, because that debt is backed by the recurring revenue of the business. It is not something I have invested into a land and that land is not being utilized for 100 years, 50 years, 20 years, and we are just paying interest. I invest into the project. उसका मेरा मंथली रेवेन्यू आता है, वो डेट को भी सर्व कर रहा है, मेरी प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी को सर्व कर रहा है. तो व्हाट इज द प्रॉब्लम? सो मेरा सबको रिक्वेस्ट है, बोर्ड को भी रिक्वेस्ट है, मेरे इन्वेस्टर्स को भी रिक्वेस्ट है, प्लीज एज अ बिजनेस, अगर आप लोग का हमसे रिक्वायरमेंट है, हमारे ओरियाना का विजन है, हमारे ओरियाना का प्लान है कि हमको ग्रो करना है 2x ग्रो करने के लिए ऐसा चाहिए. पैसे होने के दो ही टूल है, या तो इक्विटी या डेट. Equity has its own limitation. It's one of the costliest thing which is available. I think that is something which is available to undertake these projects. So I say, I request कि debt को debt की तरह ना देखा जाए जो हमारे Indian culture में रहा है. Debt is a part of the business.
Plus that should not be, I think, seen in absolute term.
Absolutely.
The relative debt equity.
Absolutely, yes. That is most important.
Understood. So next is around the data center, that why we are considering, or what is the linkage we are considering here with the power sector and data center, I think some. Your reasoning behind this strategy.
So data center is coming as the peak power consumer. Almost 30-40% of the data center OpEx is from the electricity. So we can see that data center would be a good potential for as an off-taker for us, or because we are into renewable, so this will give an additional edge to the data center investors also, that they will be part of the sustainable energy.
One request has come, just, sir, can you repeat the revised guidance of the BESS?
Yes, the revised guidance of BESS is 20 gigawatt hour by FY 30, and 2.5 gigawatt hour every year.
A simple math, and there is a reasonable reasoning behind it. I mean, we had an initial plan of 3.5 gigawatt hour by 2030, and that will be 5 years. And हम लोगों ने 8 महीने में ही लगभग 1 gigawatt hour achieve कर लिया है. There is a natural requirement of the business की we have to look at it. And we are very bullish about this market.
Similar question into this, are we expecting similar or better PAT margins in this with respect to the other vertical?
Definitely, it's a new technology. There will be edge, but we'll try to maintain our margin. We'll not comment here that it will increase the margin, something like that, but we'll maintain our margin.
And what is the status of land which is meant for this new green ammonia and hydrogen project? The status?
Land.
Yeah.
So we are in discussion with the state governments, and definitely with the timeline of project is 3 years, and we'll come up with land and other things in next 3 months timeline. Very soon we'll hit the ground.
Perfect. I think we have covered almost all the questions. Yeah.
Thank you, Amitji, for taking all these questions, and I wish we have answered, we have taken all the questions. I hope in case any query remains unanswered, members may write to us at the designated email ID, and we shall provide a response in due course. I authorize company secretary to receive a scrutinizer report and declare the results of remote e-voting as well as e-voting done at the AGM today, along with the scrutinizer report in 2 working days from conclusion of the meeting. As such, shall also be made available on the website of the company along with the scrutinizer report. I wish to place on record my appreciation and gratitude to all shareholders. But I have one more thing to here, I have got one closing statement also. So, dear shareholders, stakeholders, I wish we have covered all the reasonable questions, queries, doubts with full responsibility. At Oriana Power, we believe this is not just a business journey. It is a responsibility to shape the future of energy, which will not be defined by a single technology, but by the ability to integrate solar, storage, hydrogen, and green fuels into one seamless ecosystem. As India races towards its 500 gigawatt renewable target, which is to be revised now, maybe some thousand gigawatt, and the world accelerates towards net zero. Oriana is positioning itself as more than just a participant. As the next decade unfolds, Oriana Power will not only keep pace with India's clean energy revolution, we will help accelerate it, amplify it, and take it to the world. As a closing remarks, this is the era of our country's rise. This is the era of our industry's transformation. And this is the era of your company, Oriana Power, to lead the clean energy revolution. Thank you.
So, dear investors, thank you so much to being with us, trusting us. As we look ahead, Oriana Power is not just expanding capacity. We are building a resilient, innovative, and future-ready organization. Our commitment to people, technology, and execution discipline ensure that we are not only navigating today's challenge, but also preparing to lead the opportunity of tomorrow. Together with our partners, investors, and team members, we remain focused on creating sustainable value and driving India's energy transition forward. Thank you so much.
As we close today, about to close today's meeting, one message stands clear. Our journey is defined by growth, and growth. Growth in scale as we expand into new markets, growth in profitability as we deliver competitive returns, and growth in impact as we power the transition of cleaner and green energy. This is no longer just a green vision. It is the sound business strategy that delivers value to our customers, our partners, and definitely to our shareholders. Together, we are not only shaping the future for the energy, but also unlocking new opportunities. Thank you, shareholders, for being part of this journey. Thank you so much.
Over to Tanvi.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, members. As I have to told to the members that thank you, members. As appointed Mrs. Rubina Bora, practicing company secretary as the scrutinizer to conduct the e-voting process in a fair and transparent manner. I also request to all the members who have no cast their vote through remote e-voting during the proceeding of AGM to kindly vote on the proposed resolution through e-voting for next 30 minutes. There being no other agenda item, I declare the meeting as officially concluded and would like to extend a special thanks to the board members, management, and the members present for attending this AGM. Stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you.
We got it.